Welcome to Zelda's Herbal Cup, where we spill the tea on all the medicinal herbs and the medicinal herb news. Today, we're going to be discussing chaga mushrooms. Now, chaga mushrooms are not the best looking mushrooms. In fact, they look like this. And once they're harvested, they look like this. And in powder form, they look like this. Kind of like chocolate. Now, let's discuss all the pros, cons, and most importantly, what does it taste like and how are we going to use it? All right, so let's talk about the positive. Well, for pros, it's immune boosting. It helps lower blood sugar, helps lower bad cholesterol. We discussed last week in Herbal News about how they're using it to combat oral cancers. One of the other positives is that they are now currently researching how to use chaga mushroom to help with chronic inflammation and chronic pain, which could be very beneficial to a lot of people, I'm sure. Now, let's talk about the side effects and the cons. One, like I already said, it's good for immune boosting, but it can also send your immune system into hyperdrive, which can be very negative, especially if you already have autoimmune disease, autoimmune disorders. Sending it into hyperdrive will make those symptoms even more. Like it'll go from a little bit to, oh my gosh, I don't know what I just did. So I'd be very cautious if I use chaga mushrooms for that. Another side effect and potentially negative thing is since it does help with blood sugar levels, it also can lead to blood issues, especially if you're on blood thinners. Another potential con and side effect is that it can interfere with blood thinning medication and blood clotting medication. So you want to be very careful if you're using chaga mushrooms that you check with a health professional, especially if you're on any of those kind of medications. The chaga mushrooms are also high in oxalates, which can lead to kidney stones. So if you already have kidney stones, I would go ahead and check with a health professional before adding chaga mushrooms, since it could potentially make you have even more of them, and kidney stones aren't exactly fun to have. Now, the most important part, how does it taste? How do we use it? Well, as far as taste, some people say that it tastes very earthy, which is not very helpful, I'm sure. Some people say that it has a little bit of a chocolate flavoring to it. Some people say that it has vanilla. I myself have tried it. Not that bad. If you just do like a little bit of it, you will get the flavoring. Now, it's not pungent. It's not bitter. It has a little bit of a chocolate taste to it, in my opinion. But I wouldn't say it's one of the worst herbs or mushrooms. In fact, it doesn't have really much of a flavor at all, to be honest. So I can see how some people would say it's earthy, meaning that it's just, well, it's not very flavorful, and it's definitely not sweet, and it's for sure not bitter. So it's easier to add to smoothies, coffees, maybe even put on some food. Now, how to take it? Well, you can do teas, tinctures, capsules. Do like me and mix it in smoothies and coffees. Because like I said, it doesn't really have a very pungent flavor, so mixing it with stuff pretty easy. And since it does have a little bit of that chocolate note to it, it's a lot more versatile to add than some mushrooms, which are not. Now, recommendations. I would highly recommend that you check with your doctor or a healthcare professional before you start any kind of additional regimen, including adding something like mushrooms to your diet. Once you get the okay from your doctor, then I would start by one, finding a reputable source to go and find it from. Not all mushrooms are the same whenever you buy it from places, so be very careful where you buy it from. 2, this isn't the kind of mushroom that's going to get you buzzed or high. No, it's just for medicinal purposes only, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, I would recommend taking it in very small quantities in the beginning and test it out. See if it works, see if you like it. And then I would do it maybe every other day. I myself do not do them every single day. I do it a couple days on, a couple days off. It's just more beneficial for your health. Now, if you decide in the future that you actually want to go out and start foraging yourself for mushrooms, one, make sure you know what you're looking for, do your own research, and 2, know that they grow on the side of trees. Elder trees, elm trees, beech trees. Yeah. So, if you decide to do it in the future, make sure you know what you're looking for and make sure you're 100% confident before you go and try and eat some wild things in the woods. So, in conclusion, chaga mushrooms can be very beneficial for your health. They do have lots of benefits, helping with your immune system, helping lower blood sugars, helping lower bad cholesterol, helping potentially help with oral cancers, chronic inflammation. But before you go out, scoop up a bunch of it and start taking it in high quantities. Make sure you do. Check with your doctor. Make sure you do it in small doses. And make sure that you actually do like the taste. It's not the same for every single person. What I might like, you may not like yourself. And that's okay. There are plenty of other things out there to try and do for different symptoms. And as we wrap up today, just like to say that I myself am a big fan of mushrooms. And on that note, this has been another episode of Zelda's Herbal Cup.